Hey, Scott Walker coming to you from our store here in Anaheim, California. I'm here with Andy from Synergistic Research. And today we're going to talk to you guys about the Synergistic Research footers, the MiG footers. They have four different MiG footers.
Three.
You have the original. You have 2.0, 3.0, and the SXs, right?
Yeah, 3.0 replaced 2.0.
Ah, who knew? Who knew?
Yeah.
So kind of walk us through the evolution of the footers over time, and we'll talk about the MiG SX, which is crazy effective, and how we arrived here. So
Yeah, so the original MiG, I don't know how many years ago it came out, at least a dozen probably.
no,
It has the concept of being able to not just isolate your components, but also to tune your components and improve your components. Yeah. So they come within a set of three, and you have two different tuning options, ambient and pinpoint.
Yes.
Depending on, you either have one round side up and two round side down, or vice versa, and they give you kind of different characteristics.
So you actually have to, if you use different sets on your components, you actually have to try them on each component.
For sure. I
Because
guess
they'll react differently, give you a different sonic characteristic.
at trade shows, we start at the source.
Yeah.
And we put in MiGs in that first, listen to them both ways, see what sounds best, and then move to the next component till we're down to the amps.
Yeah.
And then we have a perfectly matched, balance to whatever random equipment we're using that trade show or whatever.
Yeah. It's crazy effective, And those users, our customers that have them, rant and rave about them. So let's talk about how you guys evolved the MiG concept into your reference footer, which is called the MiG SX.
Yeah, but the goal was just to create a newer version that's an ultimate performance. Get as much as we possibly could out of it. We're always working on making our stuff better, right? So over a few months, we listened to dozens of different types of materials.
I remember.
The internal springs and all the guts of this. We went through how many prototypes, and eventually this is what we wound up on, and fantastic results. And this is now what we use at pretty much all of our setups.
As a matter of fact, this idea of this isolation and how you've come up with this is the basis of the footer for your rack, the Tranquility rack. So there's actually 4 of these in the base of the Tranquility rack.
Yeah,
that's slick.
Yep.
Yeah, very effective as a footer under your components. You're going to see after this video in just a second one of my customers who stopped in and was ranting and raving about the footers. You're going to see that in a second. So appreciate your time. Thank you, Andy, and Scott Walker Audio, connecting you to the moment. Hey, Scott Walker coming to you from our store here in Anaheim, California. I had a good customer of mine, Dr. June Choi, stop in, and he was just telling me about some of the experiences he's had putting in MiGs, which are Synergistic Research's footers, in his system. June, why don't you talk about what the MiG SX did in your system?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of these, and
this is the standard MiG, the standard, old times, the old school,
the
MiG.
very first generation. Yeah. And then I have this one under my amplifier, and also now streamer. Yeah. It just did wonders. In different configuration, I tried ambience versus pinpoint for each equipment. Yeah. But I think the biggest difference for me was I had extra set of these. Yeah, left over. Yeah. And so I was like, well, why don't I just put them under the Galileo grounding block? Your grounding block, yeah. And first pinpoint didn't really hit much, but when I flipped it to the ambience, like a 2 down and 1 up or something, the whole imaging just exploded, and the bass got so much deeper, and I was like literally just blown away. Just these. So what's crazy is we usually come over and do all this stuff for you. Right. And you've been fooling around, tinkering and experimenting on your own. Yeah, because
Sure, you put a set in, now you have an extra set of these.
Just fingers to flip it up and down.
Yeah, crazy. So amazing.
Well, that's why I'm here to pick up some more.
Well, thank you. Scott Walker Audio, connecting you to the moment.